Hello and welcome back to episode 15 of the Second Take podcast, where today we're going to be discussing NBA free agency, NFL, and we're coming up on the playoffs in the NFL, which is pretty cool. And I hope you guys liked episode 14. I thought I had a lot of time recording that. I'm sure Alex did too. And so, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. But let's get into it. Okay, NBA free agency. It's a little weird this year. I don't think in any of the free agencies I've ever experienced, the news was just constant, like every 2 minutes, like someone signed somewhere. Not necessarily, no one's necessarily like a huge free agent except for AD, obviously. But I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy how it's just minute after minute, just players just go flying like all over the place. So, what do you guys think has the most improved team? And what do you guys think is the team that got the worst with free agency?
Most improved, Lakers. I feel like obviously, I think there's no debate there. You can talk as much as you want about the Suns about the Suns, but let's just be honest, that's not there. I'm just saying, Dennis Schroeder, Marc Gasol. It's almost like our bench is now too deep, is what our problem is. It's like the Dodgers, like all my teams. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep riding this because I deserve this. I don't know why, but
You guys bought your team.
all the Clippers out there, suck it.
Whoa, this is supposed to be unbiased, isn't it?
No. What?
Oh, I don't know.
No, this is super biased, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Jason, who's your pick?
So I'd like to say that the Celtics, I think, have been doing a pretty bad job this offseason. Naismith or whoever they
And the
drafted isn't been great for them. Nesmith hasn't been great.
Yeah.
They haven't.
Why
gone
are they
out
drafting another wing? That made no
Exactly.
sense.
Good. I'm gonna be good because that's all he does,
But
and
they don't need him.
with their team.
Well,
Just-
Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, like all these wings, like I guess they let Brad Wanamaker go, but like I don't know. I feel like they could have gone big there.
They lost Gordon Hayward, so he's
Oh, they did. They did.
They lost him, but now they also haven't gotten anyone back. They haven't signed a center, which they should have tried.
They signed
at
Tristan
least.
Thompson.
Oh, they
Who's
signed
basically
Tristan
just
Thompson. Wow.
slightly upgraded Daniel Tice. So,
Exactly.
Tristan Thompson is exactly what you would need instead of Daniel Tice.
yeah. I mean,
But,
I think they were going at. I think they.
No,
should've-
Tristan. I think he's a perfect fit for the Celtics.
This
Thompson.
the Clippers.
They
Well,
should
yeah,
have gone someone like Hassan Whiteside maybe. If they get him,
Yeah.
that might be good for
I
them.
agree. But I don't know. I feel I got to talk about the Suns because I love the Suns team now. In 2010, Steve Nash was the same age as Chris Paul when they went to the Western Conference Finals. So I think it is possible, although unlikely, it is possible for them to make a good run. Crowder is a great fit for them, right next to Ayton. He's typically undersized for a power forward, but I think Chris Paul is going to make DeAndre Ayton into an all-star. I'm not saying Ayton wasn't already on his path to be an all-star. I think Chris Paul just makes centers just look so good. Devin Booker, obviously, and then Mikal Bridges at the 3. I love that team so much, and I think they could give some of the powerhouses a little bit of trouble. But also, okay, I want to say this. I was very upset when I heard the news about Klay Thompson as much as I hate the Warriors. But Warriors, definitely not a contender now. Just going to say that. Definitely not.
I'm gonna disagree with that statement still.
Disagree.
Okay.
They're not a
Yeah,
contender. They're
Okay.
I think
if
Kelly
you, if you
Oubre-
switch LeBron and Curry right now, is Golden State a
I think-
contender?
Yes.
Yes.
But-
Okay, I just want to say that just because I know Curry's in a tier below. I don't want the same
Everybody's in
tier.
a tier below though.
With what you just said, Max. First of all, I think they're a contender on the condition that James Wiseman can be like. Imagine James Wiseman comes out in his first year and is a
Okay.
good enough rookie that he's like what DeAndre Ayton is right now, because he runs the floor the same way like Shaq used to run the floor. James Wiseman does, and if he can like fit the way that he's supposed to fit with the Warriors team, which I think he very well could, then they are a contender because they have Kelly Oubre, they have Andrew Wiggins because they didn't have to trade them because they didn't really make any moves after that. And I mean, if they had Klay Thompson, they would definitely be much more of a contender, but I think it's very possible that they will be. Also, of course, the Warriors would be better with LeBron because they have good players other than Steph Curry, and LeBron is the best player in the world and is known for making teams better by just
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think if the Warriors had LeBron, they're better than the Clippers, in my opinion. I think it's just like a fact. If you look at their team, that like the ceiling of the Warriors team is very high. The floor is pretty low, I'll be honest. But they're kind of a wild card. I think they are definitely a contender. They're a top 8 team. I'm pretty confident in that. Andrew Wiggins is still gonna average like 20 points. 18, I'll say 18 to 20.
It's just steep.
I know it is. I'll say 18. I'll say he'll average 18. And then James Wiseman, who knows like what he can do.
I know this isn't a big signing, but it just happened. Wenyen Gabriel, the guy who was clamping up AD on the Portland, he just signed with New Orleans Pelicans.
ESPN loves Wenyen Gabriel.
Yeah.
I know.
So they
Marcus
just got,
Cousins also just signed with the Rockets.
yeah.
which
So
is
the Pelicans are making a
pretty good.
big push to be the 8th seed.
Also, the Christian Wood signing for the Rockets, I love that. I really like that signing because he can space the floor. He's really good, and I don't know. Are they going to play him at the 4 and Cousins at the 5? That's a pretty big team, and then Tucker at the 3.
As of right now,
That's pretty good.
They're
as of
upgrading, yeah.
right now, Xander, they just got him. But if right now, if you look at it, if they don't trade and if they don't end up trading James Harden or Russell Westbrook, they'll have Russell Westbrook, James Harden, PJ Tucker, Christian Wood, DeMarcus Cousins. That's a pretty good lineup.
And Eric Gordon coming off the bench,
And
and
Eric Gordon,
Daniel
yeah.
House.
Mhm.
I think they're gonna trade one of them though.
I mean, obviously, there's no way you can keep
Yeah.
both of
You
James
can't
Harden.
trade.
and
You
Russell
can't keep Westbrook because Westbrook hasn't come out and said no. I didn't request a trade.
No, that Harden hasn't done that.
but Harden posts on a story.
Yeah, like the screwing
The
up the
cap.
cap.
Like
But it looked like he was just saying cap, not no cap. So
And he's not going to get moved. He's not going to. They're asking for Kyrie or.
I would
Harden.
trade Kyrie. I would trade Kyrie for James Harden. I'm just saying
That is cold. But if Brooklyn did that,
they do that. It's not that. Like it,
I'm just like straight from a basketball team. Like set aside all the personalities, I'll trade them. But I obviously the reason Kevin Durant went there is because Kyrie, so they can't trade him.
yeah,
gonna be so good.
I agree. I think they're going to be so
they'll be
good.
best team. They'll be best team in the East.
People are like, oh, Kyrie and KD won't mesh. KD has proved he can play off ball. If he proved anything in Golden State, he proved he can play off ball, like with Steph running the show. Like, I mean, it's going to be a little different playing with Kyrie because Kyrie has a massive ego and he's not as unselfish as Steph. But I don't know, with Dinwiddie, LeVert, Allen, like Joe Harris, who just got a bag. Like, I don't know. I think that's a very, very good team. Definitely better than Milwaukee. But actually, I don't know about definitely.
Definitely better than the Clippers.
I like Milwaukee too. I think DiVincenzo's actually better than Bogdanovich. I think that was good that it didn't go through. I like DiVincenzo more than Bogdanovich.
I know it's not crazy, but I'm just saying the Raptors just got Aaron Baines, so I think they're pretty much contenders to repeat.
We proved. I think it was proved Pascal can't carry a team, and Kyle Lowry's getting up there in age.
I think the Nets are proving that it's like a viable strategy. Well, not a strategy, but like the Nets and the Warriors both have like developed their team, gotten a season where they develop their bench players. And now like the Nets have like one of the deepest benches in the NBA because like Karis LeVert and Spencer Dinwiddie got so much playing time last year, which they wouldn't have got if KD and Kyrie were still on the team. And
Well, they still have Torian Prince, right?
Yeah, I think he's irrelevant right now.
I
Yeah,
like
who
him.
do you have, guys? Who do you have in a 7-game series of Milwaukee and Nets?
Probably Nets.
Nets.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
don't even think Milwaukee will get there. If that's the Eastern Conference Finals, if that's what
Yeah,
you're
no, I
thinking
agree
of.
with that. Yeah,
Heat beating Milwaukee again in a seven-game series.
I agree.
Can't win a 7-game series against another
I
star.
mean, they got Drew Holiday and what's his name? Who's the point guard? They
who
got?
do you guys think did the war? Did you already say that? Who do you think did the
I
absolute
said the
worst?
Celtics.
Celtics.
Clippers.
I said that maybe the Clippers. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think can I just
Not
like
even wanting to
How did they
re-sign
sign
Montrez.
how
Like
did
they sign
Lakers
Montrez
six man of the
for-
year. That doesn't make any sense.
The Lakers are like the
Montrez
big
said
dog.
they didn't want him back.
Just didn't do.
like
Why didn't they do anything? They should have just.
yeah,
I know.
the
They
Lakers
gave
are like the big
Marcus
dog.
Morris way too much money. 4 years, $64 million, while his brother got a veteran minimum. Like, are you kidding? I know Marcus
know.
is definitely better, but like, it's not
But the
that
Lake-
much of a difference.
Marcus is only better because he's coming on. They're the same. They're exactly the same. If you look at their career stats before this season, they're the exact same. And the only reason Marcus is better now is because he played on the Knicks, who have no.
Oh,
play.
that's true.
So
Yeah, I would also.
better because he's coming off a 20-point per game first half of the season, but it's not. It doesn't count. You could put anybody on the Knicks. You could put Max Falk on the Knicks, and he's out point.
I would. It's like the Lakers
Me
just
and
keep
Obi.
snatching up every single player the Clippers are speculating they're about to get. You know
Not
what I mean? Like they were like,
Ibaka.
they're
Ibaka
like
went to
Mark.
the Clippers. That was a good sign.
Okay, yeah, sure, but they got Ibaka. They can take Ibaka. Okay, we got Montrez and.
Oh,
and
predictions.
Marc Gasol.
Where do we think AD is signing? Because it's not with the Lakers.
How is
He's taking way too long to sign with the Lakers. Because if you think about it, they agreed like a month ago to re-sign. So it's not collusion if he's signing or tampering if he's like working on a deal because he's already on them. So
I'll bet you
I think
$50
he's-
that AD signs with the.
I'm not
Lakers.
betting $50. I'm not betting $50.
So you don't believe that
would
at
be
all?
I'm just not $50 confident on it, Alex.
20.
We can work this out later, Alex. We can
Okay.
work-
I'm just
Xander,
saying
what
the
were you
world
saying?
the world champions are
it would be so.
have no contenders.
It was so funny if they don't get him back though.
I would say he's guaranteed a championship if he stays with the Lakers because
Yeah.
one of the best. I think they have one of the best teams ever assembled, honestly, because they just have. If you look at how many All-Stars they have, like past All-Stars they have on their team, and also past 20 points per game scorers or like 18 plus points per game scorers, it's like 8 of them. They
Yeah,
have
yeah.
Bron, AD, Marcus Gasol,
If
Dennis.
they were able to get Rondo and Dwight Howard back, it'd be so game over.
No, we don't.
Yes. What?
We don't need Dwight Howard.
But I'm
You
just
don't
saying,
need
if
Dwight.
Rondo would be nice. Rondo would be nice. I'll admit that. But
Yeah, the guards
I think-
besides Schroeder are still somewhat weak.
Hey, thanks
I
for
think-
JaVale. Thanks for
I think
JaVale.
I think Alex Caruso is only going up. First of all,
He's like, how old is he? He's like 28.
He should start
right?
over KCP.
he's not 28. He's 25 or 24.
I thought he's older.
We have
I don't know.
KCP too for 4 more years. I mean,
That
I
was
think
an
our guards.
overpay.
It was an overpay.
It was an
Overpay, way too
overpay,
much.
but a worthy overpay because they needed him.
What was
Yeah.
it?
It's like the
They
Bucks.
got like he got like 14 mil a year for like.
It's
Yeah.
like
4
the
years.
Bucks when they paid Middleton too much, like because they just needed to get him back for Giannis.
What are you saying, Xander?
14 mil a year for 4 years.
I think so. Yeah.
Not that much.
No, yeah, we had
Yeah,
Danny on 16
yeah,
mil,
like-
so anything seems good now.
That was only 2 years though.
Exactly.
That's fine though.
But like I don't know. I feel like I mean the Lakers are going to be good for a while, so I don't really think it really matters. But I don't
New
know.
dynasty is born.
I predict that like Caruso will probably be starting by midway through the season because he's just better and younger, and he plays with LeBron very, very well, and he can do
Compared to
pretty much all the
KCP?
things KCP can do.
KCP's only 27.
Alex Caruso's 26, by the way.
Oh, never
Yeah,
mind. I thought he
don't
was
know if
25.
youth is. I don't know if youth is a factor.
Yeah,
in
maybe.
this.
I don't know.
I
I just think he's
hate
better.
I hate the 76ers for trading Josh Richardson to the Mavericks because I wanted Zach LaVine to get traded to an actual team, and now he's stuck with the Bulls and Patrick Williams.
Wait, why?
That was a good pick. I like the Patrick Williams. pick.
I'm not saying it's a bad pick.
It's
I'm
just a
just saying
reach.
yeah, it's a reach. They could trade down a couple spots.
Yeah.
I'd
I would
much
say that the-
rather him get traded to the Mavericks because I'd be fine getting a Mavericks Zach LaVine jersey. They have some nice
Sorry,
jerseys.
yeah. Sorry to go back.
if they,
Oh,
if
sorry. go.
the Mavs, I think there's no doubt in my mind they'd be a contender because
Yeah.
they have the number one offense of all time. They have the best,
And then they get Zach LaVine.
and
They were able to. It was also good for them to re-sign Willie Cauley-Stein.
right now they're sort of a contender because
I'd say they are a contender.
their defense.
Well, Porzingis is going to miss like the first like 4 weeks of the season because he
Yeah.
got surgery,
the win.
Sure.
but
right.
he'll be back.
And then he'll get hurt again.
And then
Not
Luke is
true.
going to average 30, 10, and 10 and win MVP.
I say 30, 15 to 15.
The new James Harden.
Well,
It would be absurd if he got 30, 15 to 15.
It's Luca. Believe in
I
it.
mean, you know what's he almost had 30, 10, and 10, and he shot terribly from the well, not terribly, just not very well from three.
like
and
35.
free throw
36. I
line.
thought it was like 36 from three.
Numbers. That's
Let
like,
me check.
like the numbers of people in like the 60s when there were 4 actual players when you get 30, 15, and 15.
Let me.
I think
Last-
James Harden. I think James Harden only shot 35, so I don't think it's like that big of a difference. I think
Well, I
anything
think
over 35 is elite.
James Harden's volume compared to Luca's was definitely not the same.
Lucas shot
James Harden.
31.6% from three.
Yeah, that's not very good.
31.
If-
Yeah.
Knicks, he would average upwards of 45 points per game.
Who, AD?
No,
James Harden. Yeah.
Oh, James Harden.
points per game.
Mhm.
AD
Especially
can
playing in
sign
the
with the Knicks, technically.
You get like an extra 8 points per game if you.
especially playing on the Knicks, but also playing in the East.
Yeah. Well, then East isn't that bad anymore.
It's
Bad as they used to.
still
As of like
It's
2
not
years.
that bad.
the 10. I know, but like the 10th seed in the West could be the 8th seed in the East. Easy.
That's
I guess.
really better though.
No, but like easily, not like.
Yeah,
oh, by a
yeah,
game.
that's true, but
I don't know. Well, we have to see
It's
how it
not
plays out.
important.
We have to see how it plays out.
Seeds in the West are really good. That's what the difference is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Magic aren't ever gonna do anything. They need to do something. They need to trade Aaron Gordon. They
I
just
thought
need to
this.
trade him.
I thought the Sixers should have blown it up. To be
Yeah.
honest, I think it's been proven Joel and Simmons can't work unless Simmons can develop some sort of jumper.
That will
Doesn't even
never
have to be
happen.
3-pointer. Doesn't even have to be 3-pointer. Just a midi. Just something that.
He should learn to do fades.
Just something that can just like makes a center not be able to guard you easily. An all-star point guard should not be able to be guarded by Andre Drummond sitting in the paint waiting for him.
Hey, Andre
I mean-
Drummond's goated.
yeah, it's like we can like. There's so many teams that if we're being honest, they can sign whoever they want. They're just not gonna win a championship. Like I mean, like if we're being honest, who did you just say? The
Philly?
Sixers. They're not gonna win the championship next year. The Rockets aren't gonna win the championship next year. You know what I mean? There's so many teams that just like, okay, they can
they're just
hope.
one
The,
away.
the Warriors aren't gonna win the championship next year.
Say the Clippers.
The Mavericks aren't going to win the championship next year. The only people who are going to win the championship next year are the world champion Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh my! I hate how cocky Laker fans
Yeah.
are.
The
You
Wizards.
know you would have gone 7 with the Clippers if not lost that series because the only reason they lost to the Nuggets is because they were so focused on you guys.
How about next year?
And still
7
Kawhi,
games? 6 games, maybe.
7.
that the,
Still
Si-
7.
Still
Still 7.
Montrez. Okay,
don't-
and Wash
Okay,
Lou.
Montrez would have gotten. He got eaten alive against Denver. What do you think would have happened against LA?
Because he sat out like 18 days in the bubble.
That's not why. He got bullied by
He didn't
Denver
play
because
forever.
he's 6'7", and he was guarding Jokic, and
Yeah.
Zubac couldn't guard Jokic, so he was the Clippers' only choice. Okay, what were
Okay,
you
fine.
saying,
You know
Xander?
why we don't need Montrez is because we have AD.
Yeah, I know. Montrez is just going to do all the dirty center work, so AD doesn't technically have to play center, but he's just the tallest guy on the floor, so it's just to keep AD happy, but Montrez does all the dirty work.
I'm a Clippers fan, and I can say with certainty that the fact that Montrez is now on the Lakers instead of the Clippers, and that they also got Dennis Schroeder and Marc Gasol, means that there's almost no chance of the Clippers beat the Lakers this year, unless they
Hey,
get
but-
players.
You know who the Lakers? You know what the Clippers have? They have Zubac.
He's bad.
I hate him.
the Washington Wizards GM.
Seems like a
said
nice
that
guy.
I
The
mean, I
Wizards-
think he does, but he talked a bunch of like crap on the Lakers after he left.
Yeah, because he had a trash experience there.
Because he was
Yeah.
bad. Because LeBron didn't want him there. Because he's not he's not a winner. LeBron wants strictly winners.
Right now.
What'd
Yeah,
you say?
LeBron can't play with anybody who's not a winner. Weak.
Okay, look at the 2018 Cavs.
Well,
Was
what
that
is
a
he supposed
team
to do
of
there?
winners?
Yes, most of them had won a championship.
Oh yeah, Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance.
Right.
Um,
Championship in 2018.
what?
No, I'm just saying. My point is they were not winners, and that is ridiculous to say that.
The Wizards GM just came out and said that, quote, there's no plans to trade John Wall. So
Yeah, unfortunately.
Russell Westbrook
I think
is not going to the Wizards. How
John
terrible.
Wall should get traded. He needs to change the scenery. So does Bradley Beal. Why
Matthew
don't the Wizards just
Dellavedova
blow it up?
resigned.
Both of them to
Yup. Delhi.
Oh, apparently Jeremy Lin is looking for an NBA comeback, and some contenders are interested in him.
Warriors.
Clippers. Hey.
Warriors were definitely interested, but they just signed Wanamaker and drafted Nico Mannion. So
Here's great.
Nico Mannion.
Gwen sucks.
And
I met Nico Mannion in an elevator at a basketball tournament.
You met a trash can in the elevator.
I met Bryce Alford in an elevator, not the flex.
Wow.
Wow,
Okay,
he plays
bro.
in Germany right now, I think.
Yeah, 'cause he sucks.
He does.
Well,
Okay,
his
let's talk about the
father-
draft pick. Let's talk about the draft.
Yeah, I want to talk about the draft. I liked our pick. I was literally so nervous. I was like, anybody but Obi. Anybody but Obi. I'll
time.
take Denny. I mean, I actually don't think Obi's that bad. I just think he was going to be a terrible fit for us because he'd have to play the 3 because he's not playing the 4 over Love. So I liked Okoro. I would have liked Patrick Williams. If I would have liked my ideal situation was we traded down to like 7 and drafted Patrick Williams, but Okoro is fine. I think we could maybe sneak into the playoffs this year, which is weird to say, but I think we can. Full year of Sexton, Garland, Okoro, Love, Drummond. That's not that bad, and a half decent bench. In a bad East, I'm fine with getting swept by Brooklyn in the first round. That can make the playoffs. Sexton's going to be an all-star this year.
I can say with confidence that the Cavs will not make the playoffs.
Yes, they will.
No, they're not.
Alex,
3 of those people you just named are guards. Didn't you say? You said, oh no.
No, Garland, Sexton, Okoro,
Play the
Love,
six-
Drummond. Those
Nice.
Pistons teams, like
okay,
with
LaMelo.
Drummond and
Okay, Max, you're delusional. Let's move on.
Whoa.
Okay,
making the
LaMelo.
playoffs.
I know Warriors fan was mad that they took James Wiseman because he says they don't need a dominant center. They just need LaMelo Ball and Curry. And
Who's the Warriors fan? That's
I
like,
was
That
so
is-
confused.
that is like a beginning in 2016 Warriors fan.
I
don't
know.
respect
That's
those
what I was
scum.
saying. I was like, he's a perfect fit for them because now they can have the lineup of
That was a perfect
Wiggins.
fit. Yeah.
Kelly, Draymond, Wiseman with like Eric Pascal, Kevin Looney.
he's kind of boring. Like if we're being honest, he's kind of boring.
He's just
Yeah,
gonna get the job done.
I want to talk about Charlotte. That backcourt's way too crowded.
Yeah, they
I
need to trade
refuse to
Terry.
think that either Terry or Devontae Graham is going to start at the 2.
I
It
can
just doesn't
guarantee
work.
you.
And Lamelo's definitely not a 2. I
can
think they need to
guarantee-
trade Rozier or
I
Rozier.
can guarantee you they're gonna trade Devontae Graham over Terry Rozier for some
So
stupid
dumb.
for some stupid reason. It doesn't matter if it's the right pick. It's gonna be what they're
They
gonna
need
do.
to trade for a center. They're paying Tyler Zeller $14 million a year.
They have Aaron Gordon on $30 million a year for 4 years, which is unbelievable.
You mean Gordon Hayward?
Same thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I like that team actually. I
Wait,
don't know.
Xander, what were you
That's
saying?
too much money.
I was saying, well, first of all, I was questioning that Tyler Zeller has $14 million a year because that sounds very wrong.
No, he's getting a bag. He's
Yeah.
on such a big deal.
14.
So is Bismack Biyombo. Yeah.
Busy.
Terrible cap.
Tyler Zeller's not on the Hornets.
Cody Zeller?
A Zeller, maybe Cody. I don't know.
It's Cody.
See Cody Zeller.
And
It
we got
doesn't matter.
Montrez for 9.5 a year.
That was such. I think he could have gotten 20 mil plus.
He
from
just
someone.
wanted to sign with the Lakers. He's
Like,
so
what?
weak.
Like,
He's
okay,
so
I get
weak.
winning a championship and all that is like, oh, it's amazing, but okay, I don't care. Like, I'm going to get a bag from
Weak.
somewhere.
At least when Kevin Durant went to the Warriors, he got a lot of money.
Yeah, true.
So like he took $20 million a year to play for the Warriors.
Do you think Lamelo? Okay, what do you think the ceiling is on Lamelo this
Very,
season?
very
This-
high.
This season?
He's got a high
Yes.
ceiling, but
Yeah.
also a
He can-
low roof.
I don't know about
floor.
I don't think his floor is. He's a 6'8" point guard. How low?
How,
can his
how
ceiling
is
be?
the other 6'8", 6'9", 6'10" point guard gone in the NBA so far?
Luka Doncic? I'd say he's a point guard.
I think Lamelo could average.
I'd
8
say
plus
I'm
this-
like Ben Simmons. The thing
Lamelo's
is,
gonna be
Lamelo's
good.
not a
He's-
great shooter.
he's definitely my pick for rookie of the year.
That good because he can't. His form.
Yeah, if he could just shoot, if he could just figure out how to shoot, like people were saying that Lonzo was a better shooter coming out of college than
He,
LaMelo.
and
was,
coming
which
out
is
of
weird to
college, he was
say.
coming out of college, he was
Because-
a good shooter.
Well, he was. Lonzo shot 40% in college.
yeah, he was goaded at UCLA.
Max,
Yeah, I guess.
So was going to be good coming out of college, and
He was all right.
Yeah,
He
but
hasn't been terrible.
I think the Lakers drafted him, so bust
Yeah.
immediately.
Well, the
They
thing
don't
is,
know how to build a team
before-
through the draft.
Before the bubble,
Kobe.
he was shooting a lot better.
Okay.
He was shooting a lot better before the bubble came, and then he fell off. But if he goes back to like regular season shooting from last year, he's gonna be a decent player.
any team that drafted Kobe, he would have been.
Yeah, you can't really mess up on Kobe.
Well, you can't really say that either.
Sleeper, and Kobe Bryant.
happen. But I mean, do you really think Kobe was drafted to the Celtics? He would have been trash, and the Lakers like sprinkled some pixie dust on him, and now
I think that Dr. Bus, I think that Dr. Bus had the magic, and
No.
You saying Dr.
Under the
Where was the magic for Brandon Ingram?
No,
Brandon
wait,
was
wait,
good with
Russell.
that.
wait,
Lonzo
wait, wait.
Ball.
We drafted to trade for AD. Okay, it was long term.
No, what do you mean?
You were-
What?
Nobody thought AD was getting
No.
traded
You
until he
buy
got
your team
got
with
traded.
LA.
We
and
traded our
LeBron.
team. We traded our team. We traded for our team. I don't know what you're saying. We bought our team.
You traded for
You
two of
bought
the players.
LeBron,
Fuck.
and
you
LeBron
bought
made your
LeBron,
team,
you bought
so-
Montrez, you bought Marc Gasol, you bought
Just like the
most of your
Dodgers.
bench.
Okay,
Actually, no.
everybody
KCP.
buys their team. I don't know how it's equal cap in the NBA. I don't know
Warriors
how
didn't
you-
buy their
most
team.
players
I hate the
drafted-
Warriors
yeah,
so
the Warriors
much.
drafted
But
a
other
team.
than Durant, who else did they sign that are huge free agents? They
we
drafted
signed.
Curry, they
Okay,
drafted
sure.
Clay,
We
they
signed
drafted
LeBron. Sorry for
Draymond.
being the best city in America. Like our
Yeah,
our
I mean,
bad.
I'm just saying you guys just aren't talented.
This
at
year,
anything.
We aren't talent.
the Lakers made moves this year. Like this was not just like
Yeah.
happening this year. But also, I have a question for you, Max, which is why do you hate the Warriors?
Just because they beat us so much, and like I hated the feeling of going into a finals and fighting so hard to get there just to lose in 4 games without even putting up a fight.
Hey, at least you beat the Celtics.
hopelessness.
At least you beat the Celtics because
And they're so annoying. And,
They're not annoying. I feel like the
So
Warriors are the even though everybody hates the Warriors, they should be the least hateable team because they got as good as they
I
are.
respect how they built their team. I think they're one of the only teams in the NBA right now, other than maybe the Celtics, that are just truly like through the draft, like just
The
built
Bulls?
this super team. The Bulls?
Oh, we're
Did you
talking
say
about
the
good
Bulls?
teams. We're talking about good teams. Oh,
Yeah. What?
Be talking about bad teams.
Yeah. What?
I don't
Okay,
know.
can I just say there's
The
never been a team in
Rockets, besides what's his name?
there's never been really a team in history. I mean, you can name a few examples, but like the best teams of all time have always, like I guess, quote unquote, bought their players.
The
as you
Bulls-
like to say. We
The
signed.
Bulls
The
drafted most
Bulls
of their
dynasty,
Team.
6
what?
championships with
They
guys
drafted.
Okay, but all
drafted.
all their players that like they're supporting players, like a lot of
Scottie
them.
Pippen,
they
Dennis
drafted-
Rodman.
Okay, Scottie Pippen's not. I mean, he's a supporter, but I'm talking about like Dennis Rodman. They did not draft. I don't know what you're saying. They
Oh, my
signed
bad, my
Dennis
bad, my bad.
Rodman.
They signed him from.
Did they
Detroit.
draft Steve Kerr? Right.
We signed Kareem. We signed Shaq. I mean, like I don't know, like what all these things. I don't know what like why you have to, like what like I don't know why you have this stigma against signing good players.
It's not a stigma. It's just a fact. It's not like it's not bad.
Well,
it's
my
just
thing is
a
that
statement. That's
most
true.
of those teams, right, drafted one guy where they built around, like, oh, okay, we have something with this guy, right? And then in addition to them, they also signed this big free agent. But my problem with the Lakers right now, they drafted a whole bunch of high draft picks, right? Where are they now? Traded and like, you know.
What do you mean they got
I don't
Kyle
know.
Kuzma for
Kuzma, bro.
D'Angelo Russell?
Kuzma, bro.
They did exactly what you just said, Max. They got, except they didn't draft. They traded for the best player in the NBA, or signed the best player in the NBA, which is the thing. That's like almost the same thing as just drafting the best player.
No.
It takes
I
a
don't
It's
lot
a
think
more
slight
skill
difference.
than-
I don't know how you
No.
hate them because
It
that's
takes
slight
a lot
difference.
more
I don't
skill
hate
to
them. I mean,
draft a LeBron.
You
than
criticize
sign.
them so heavily. You
I-
just
I
want to
just
get the.
don't
You just
respect
want
them.
no. You just want to have the glory of your team drafting LeBron, and you don't respect the Lakers because we stole him from you, and he's
Yeah.
never coming back to the land because the land is the worst city in
He's
America.
finishing his career in Cleveland. That is, if I'm rooting for him right now on the contingency that he is coming back for his last couple years.
You know,
and
Cleveland
he's gonna
voted
be
the-
in 2027. He's gonna sweep the AD-led Lakers in the finals and then win his 9th championship or something.
AD is
Not
not,
even mathematically possible, I don't think, but you know.
AD is not staying on the Lakers long enough that LeBron would play him on the Cavs.
No, LeBron would. Oh,
LeBron
I mean,
and
like,
AD,
LeBron.
no, AD
Anthony
could
Davis
potentially
is
be a Laker.
not. No, he's
AD
not
could be a
gonna
Laker for the rest of his career. Yes, he
Not
could.
a
He could
chance.
easily be.
Not a
He could
chance.
easily be.
Absolutely
He
no
could easily be.
chance.
Yes.
Eddie
disagree
Blaine
with that.
Zach Levine could easily be a bull for the rest of his career.
No, but AD likes the Hollywood.
AD
scene. He
likes to be-
movies.
Makes sense.
He likes movies. Like he likes the whole scene, and that actually does pay. That does make a difference. I think it does. And LeBron has what 5 more years in the NBA. Like
I mean, he's
he
what,
can
37?
36
Yeah,
right now.
he'll stay
36,
here.
36.
He'll stay here until LeBron, and then it'll become his team. I'll be honest. I'm fantasizing a little bit, but I think that
Alex, in 4 years, the Lakers are going to be trash again. They are not.
in 4 years we'll have 3 championships, so I won't care at all.
No, they will not. In 4 years, the Nets will have won their first ever championship.
There's
Xander, I
there's
didn't
about
hear anything
I
you
think a
said, Xander.
2-year more window where I think you guys could win both of those. But after that, I hate to say it, I think LeBron's gonna start, stop
And
be
then we'll
doing
just
him.
and then we'll draft Imani Bates with the first pick. No, it's like
What
40,
with
never
what
mind.
pick? A second round pick?
Yeah.
We still have picks. I don't know. We're not the Clippers. We didn't trade away our future. Okay.
You did trade away a lot of picks.
No, they only traded away 2 for Anthony. Davis.
And then
I thought it was
Yeah.
4.
No, check it. That's what I was thinking. I was
Yeah.
like, how do they not trade away anybody?
Palinka is a goat, bro. We're not the Clippers. We don't
Well,
sell
I
our
mean-
future away.
You mean La GM?
La GM.
Okay.
Alright.
Bad
I
about
think
what's bad about him being the GM?
It's not. He
Yeah,
built
it's
the
just-
Cavs.
You do that.
I want to talk about the NFL for a little bit, actually. The 7-3 club. It is quite an exclusive club to be in right now, which I don't think the Rams will be joining us tonight, but we'll see. The Rams Buccaneers game is in about 2 hours from now. So as of right now, Browns are looking pretty good. I think we could finish 12-4. That is a stretch. That means we'd have to beat Baltimore and Tennessee and Jacksonville and the Jets and the Giants. But if
Oh,
we,
how terrible to be Jacksonville, the Jets, and the Jaguars.
okay, so if we just steal one in Tennessee, steal one in Baltimore, we finish 12-4. See, it works. So
Matt,
I
Let's
don't
just
know.
walk through the Brown schedule. Let's just walk through the Brown schedule.
Please
okay?
do.
I think there's 3 guaranteed losses, if I'm being honest. I think there's going to be 1 surprise loss, okay? Jacksonville, I think they're going to win that, I'll be honest, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
I
thanks.
think Tennessee, they're going to get destroyed. I think
This
they're
sucks.
I think Tennessee's just a better version of the Browns. Okay? With their
Browns
run
have
game,
Derrick
including.
Henry's.
we have a better defense.
But,
Look at what
Yes.
we've done the past couple
Tennessee's
games.
better coached. So I don't.
No,
Okay.
Stefanski's a beast.
Okay. Baltimore, that's a guaranteed loss. I feel like.
They're broken.
York-
They're a broken team.
You have New
They're
York
about
and
to
then
be 6-5. They're about to
Yeah.
be 6-5. Like
Who,
they're a
Baltimore?
broken
Yeah, they
team. Yes.
suck.
Okay. Let's just
Look
wait.
at what they've done over the last couple games. And tell
Okay,
me
let's
they're
just see
gonna
what
whip
happens
the
when Baker
Browns.
meets Marlon Humphreys, Marcus Peters.
Okay, he doesn't even need to throw. They can't stop the run. Look at them the last couple games. They cannot stop it.
Okay. New
We
York,
run the
New
ball
York.
40 times. Doesn't matter. New York
And
and,
then
New York. If we don't-
Pittsburgh's a
I've
guaranteed
accepted
loss.
our fate in Pittsburgh, but they might not play us fully if they've already given up the 16-0. They might not play us with their full starters, if you think about it. So we could go 13-3, if you think about it.
Okay,
Therefore,
you could.
we have
yes,
the
you could go
one
13-3.
seed in the AFC.
Okay,
And then
but
we just
okay,
run
Max,
through the
you
league
will
and win
make
the Super
playoffs.
Bowl.
Max, you are likely to make playoffs. I feel like I agree with that statement. However, I think that since the Ravens and Steelers are in your division, I think when it comes down to it, I don't think Baker can finish well in
Okay,
crunch
okay.
time, and I think it's proven. I
He
think that is
doesn't need
proven.
to. That's the thing. We've proven
You know,
that.
you know what? You
He-
know how you know when Baker.
We can
you know how
win
you know when
without
Baker's.
throwing.
You know what happens when Baker starts rolling out of the pocket? When you claim he's good at running.
Dimes,
When he
dimes.
starts rolling out to his
Strictly
left.
dimes?
If Baker rolls out to his left, he's gonna throw a pick, and that's 50% of the time.
Not at all.
Yes, it is.
All of his picks are with a collapsing pocket. He's terrible under pressure. That's when he throws his picks.
That's
No,
not
he's
true.
not
That
terrible
is
under
absolutely
pressure.
that is absolutely not true at all.
You have
You know
not
who's not
watched
terrible
him
under
at
I
all.
pressure?
have. I've seen
Justin
the picks.
Herbert.
He's tiny. That's why he throws all of his picks. He can't see over the line when it collapses.
Kyler
That's why he
does.
gets out of the
Kyler
pocket.
and Russell Wilson can.
Okay,
He's
Kyler's
smaller.
and Russell Wilson are really, really fast.
Kyler has
They
a lot
can
of picks
escape the
though.
pocket.
Kyler does.
Baker
Kyler
can't.
does a lot.
Justin Herbert threw one of the best passes I've seen in a very long time.
Oh my God! Yeah, I
Justin
don't.
Herbert's
The rope,
very
right? Where
good.
he's like.
Lamar Jackson was covering him.
It was like he couldn't have possibly thrown it any more perfect than that.
No,
That's
yeah.
imagine as a receiver, you're like, the best case scenario would be if I turn around right now, the ball is in my hands already.
Yeah, Keenan Allen didn't even have to catch that. It was just like in him.
Yeah.
It was.
Lamar Jackson, the rookie cornerback, was covering him like almost perfectly that play, and he just got screwed by
I mean,
amazing.
I really hope Justin Herbert doesn't break Baker's rookie touchdown record.
Shut up.
But I think he's like 5 off with like 6 games left or something.
I need to get a charger.
So
for
it's
my
not
computer.
looking good at all. But
He's
I
been
ho- I really, I hope.
He's been reminding me of Daniel Jones a little bit, and his greatness and his ability to throw the football.
The Giants actually aren't bad. I think they can maybe make the playoffs.
I mean, but
I
they're
think they can.
bad, but they can still.
They're
make,
better than the Eagles.
Yeah,
but
but
also the Giants. What?
bad they are, they can still make the playoffs because they're in the worst division of all time.
The Giants are my new favorite team in Madden with Saquon. I am so good with the Giants. I will
point
kill
out that
anyone.
the Browns will have to play the Bills right now in the playoffs first round if they do make it.
Okay.
You-
Bills are 7-3 too.
Okay, you know that. Okay, you know
I
deep
know
down
what?
in your
I know
heart.
what? I
You
know
know
what?
deep down in your
7-4.
heart that you can't
the
win
Bills
with
are better?
Baker as your
No.
quarterback. Do you really see Baker Mayfield winning a championship?
You really see Jared
Yeah.
Goff winning a championship?
Yes, because he almost did. I don't understand how he.
Todd Gurley nearly won a championship, and what happened when Todd Gurley got
That is
hurt?
completely false.
They
That
got
is completely
shut
false.
down
That
when
is
Jared Goff had to
completely
use his
false.
arm. They scored 3
Uh,
points in the Super Bowl when they didn't have MVP level Todd Gurley on
And
their
then they
team.
shouldn't have won the NFC Championship anyway. Just saying.
Exactly.
You know who's been better than I thought he would be is Derek Carr.
He's
always been.
he's good.
I agree
always
with
been
that.
Good. It's just been he's been on the Raiders.
It's a beautiful take, Xander.
What did you say?
That's a beautiful take. I agree with that
Derek Carr.
immensely.
Yeah, because I'm a football analyst at heart.
Yeah.
Football all the time.
I'm just saying.
Um,
If the Rams win tonight, I'm just saying they're gonna be first in their division, and
By
they're
a
gonna be
tiebreaker.
It's probably a
7-3.
pretty garbage division. Can't even lie.
Yeah.
Carvers.
I mean, one of the teams doesn't even have a real team.
What?
The 49ers. have, like,
Niners. Yeah, they're
nobody.
They
they're
do.
Alex. Remember when you got clapped by the Niners with Nick Mullins, or was it Jimmy G?
No, they had Jimmy G. They had no
Oh,
other.
yeah, my
They had
bad.
nobody else though.
They
Yeah.
had Kittle for that one game.
They had Jimmy
when
G,
they
Kittle,
played us.
and nobody on defense. Absolutely nobody.
I'm just
Hey,
gonna
it's
say
okay.
that
We've had our fair share of bad
the
losses. so I
Chargers
can't
are
say
never
anything.
gonna win a championship because they have Kansas City in their division.
Yeah,
And-
I'm
What is that?
sorry.
Okay. Okay.
No,
You should
no, no.
request a
I
trade
feel
with
bad
your
for you.
division.
I feel bad for you. Justin, like you're not gonna win with
The Rams
Yeah.
championship doesn't even count because it's in St. Louis.
What?
what?
The Rams championship that you claim shouldn't count.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah,
You're
what?
saying the Chargers
that
aren't gonna
doesn't
win
even make any
Because
sense.
you're saying the Chargers aren't going to win a championship, so I'm saying the Rams.
So you're saying the one
You're
he
saying
claimed?
my championship was invalid in what 2000? Was that right?
How does that affect?
Yeah, with like Isaac Bruce
What
and
is-
Kurt Warner. Like,
what does that have to do with
what?
anything?
Who cares?
It's just that we might not win one, but you guys haven't won one either. Technically you have. But
Hey, we are historically
bad.
a more winning team than losing team. If you count like the Jim Brown era.
No, that does not count. That
I
is
met
the
Jim Brown
Baltimore
at Weddington
Ravens.
Golf and Tennis too.
True. What's
Wow.
It's crazy.
What's Andrew?
Yeah.
I was saying, is that even correct that they would be more winning than losing?
Yeah,
Did they win,
we're
like,
like
14
.562 of
Didn't
like
they win,
all-time
like-
winning percentage.
Didn't they win like 14 NFL championships or something like
But
that?
yeah, AFL championship.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We were dominant, and then we turned it to the Ravens, and then
Okay.
and then we took a break for like 5 years, and then we came back, and then we haven't had a winning record since.
Okay, can you guys guess the most winning, like the top 5
Pittsburgh
most winning?
Steelers.
It's Steelers,
Top 5 most-
Cowboys, Packers,
Packers.
Patriots. Or
Who's
something.
first? Who do you think's first?
And
Cowboys.
Steelers.
Cowboys. It's Cowboys.
Steelers.
Xander, do you have any
Who's the most winningest team?
of all time?
I would say Steelers.
It's the Cowboys. Max was right.
Yeah.
It goes Cowboys, Packers, Patriots, Bears, Ravens, Dolphins, Vikings, 49ers, Giants, Broncos.
Wait,
And then-
Browns.
where are the Steelers in that? What?
Max, I hate to say it, but you're actually not over 500.
What?
No, you're
That's just-
407. You're 475 and 500.
No.
Your all-time win percentage is 487.
God.
Wait,
Brandon
you didn't mention the Steelers at all.
Era. Screw
The
it.
Chargers are 4.99, Jason. They have to win one more game to be 500.
Is that how it works? No, they're probably like
Yeah.
2 games off. I bet.
No, because they're 452 and 453.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Bills are coming and going and making it 500 all time.
Can you guess?
baby.
Okay, can you guess the losingness?
Buccaneers. It's Buccaneers. for sure.
Buccaneers, yeah. Jaguars,
Yeah.
Buccaneers.
Who's the second
Texans.
most? How about this? Who's the second
Texans,
most? This is stupid, but
Texans, or the Jaguars.
I don't know why we're going into this.
Jaguars or the Texans. It's one of those two. Isn't
it's
it?
the Cardinals.
Where are the
Ah.
Really?
Kyler sucks. Kyler
What?
sucks. I hate Kyler.
where are the
Oh,
Steelers?
also,
Oh, the
Yeah.
Steelers are 12th
Oh,
because they were bad. They were created in 1933 and they were like pretty doggy for
Oh, are we
like
counting?
Okay.
all the way
60
back then?
years, I think.
are we?
you know what I want to be the closing segment? Me having a Drew Lock and TJ Watt rant real quick. TJ Watt, I have no idea how people think he's the defensive player of the year over Myles Garrett.
Wait, turn my
Myles
camera
Garrett
off.
barely played against Oakland, Las Vegas. Still
Turn
has
your
more
camera. Let him
sacks.
rant. Turn your camera off.
Still has more sacks, more pressures. No, not more pressures, more tackles. Okay, so what that he has an interception? We have more TFLs, and look at the defense that Myles Garrett has around him, and look at the defense TJ Watt has around him. Bud Dupree, Cam Hayward, Stephon Tuitt, and the secondary. You know, like the secondary is just so much better than the Browns. So Garrett has less time to get there. He has less people helping him, and you know, it's unbelievable. And same thing with Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald sucks. Aaron Donald is not even good. He had one good year in 2018, and then the other years were just above average, just like the Rams. And then Drew Lock. Oh my God, Drew Lock. I saw so many videos earlier in the year and before the year that said, "Oh, Drew Lock's better than Baker. Drew Lock's top 12 quarterback in the NFL. Drew Lock sucks. Drew Lock is so bad. He's not the franchise guy. How dare you say Drew Lock is better than Baker?" And he has, I think, 10 picks and 3 touchdowns in like 5 games. He sucks. So what? He beat the Dolphins. Tua sucked. That wasn't Drew Lock being good. They're for 200 yards and a pick. That's it. And probably fumbled once or twice too. He's not good. All right. That's my rant.